All right, welcome back to another video. All right, today we're going to talk about something I talk about with you guys all the time, and that is I reject this notion that just as a matter of age in life, we are going to have to just accept some things. We're going to have to accept having our gallbladder taken out. We're going to have to accept that everyone's going to get diabetes. We're going to have to accept that we don't burn calories like we used to. We're going to have to accept that we don't sleep as well as we used to. All these things that we have to accept, I completely am against this mantra and this notion 100%. I'm going to prove it to you with my own situation. So, I have heard for years that as you get older, your prostate is going to enlarge. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just a part of age. That never made sense to me because I'm like, I don't think God would design a system that is just supposed to have inflammation at some point in our age, and there's nothing we can do about it. If you think about the prostate is this gland that surrounds the urethra. So the urethra goes through the middle of this prostate gland. It doesn't make sense to me that God would make this gland surrounding the urethra so that when it starts to enlarge, it starts to cut off the urethra. That makes no sense to me why he would design a system like that. So I reject the notion that having your prostate get larger over time is just a natural part of life. I believe it's because we consume the wrong foods. And I'm going to prove that to you in this video. So when I was taking my test from year to year, my blood tests every year, my PSA test, which is the prostate specific antigen test, which tells you that your prostate is growing or that can tell you that you're having cancer, but it's mainly inflammation in the body that's causing the prostate to grow in size. So my prostate, my PSA test over the years was starting to increase. And my doctor told me, well, it's because you're getting older now and like this is just something you have to accept. And I said, well, I don't accept that. I think there's something that I can do. Well, there's nothing you can do about it. If it gets too high, then we'll have to send you to a urologist. So over the years, it went from 2.72, then it went to 3.58, then it went to 4.86. And the doctor was like, well, we're going to have to send you to a urologist and get a scan and find out what's going on. And I said, I don't want to do that. I'm going to try to fix this with diet. And he said, you're not going to be able to fix it with diet. She said this. I have a female doctor. She said, you're not going to be able to fix it with diet. It's just a natural part of aging. We just got to make sure that you don't have any prostate cancer. So what I did was I did some research. And like I've told you guys before, things in our diet make things grow. If you're eating a lot of dairy and animal products, these are products that are designed to make things grow because they have a very high IGF-1, which is an insulin growth factor hormone. The hormone within these foods are designed to make tissue grow. So when tumors, cancer tumors, anything in your body is going to grow. If you're eating a lot of IGF-1 raising foods, you are going to grow everything in your body. You're going to grow tumors, you're going to grow cancer cells, you're going to grow inflammation everywhere in your body. So I already knew this to be the case. So that's why I don't consume dairy. But I went and did some research as what else could cause IGF-1 to raise in a person who's not eating dairy. And what I found out was that soy protein isolate in research studies raised IGF-1 more than dairy and more than animal meat. More. Soy protein isolate. So what am I consuming that has soy protein isolate? I was consuming a lot of Cliff bars. And their main protein source in those energy bars is soy protein isolate. So what I did, the 2 months leading up to my next physical, I decided to cut completely out the Cliff bars. And I also cut way back on my nuts and seeds because those have omega-6s, which are highly inflammatory to the body anyways. So I cut out the Cliff bars completely for only 2 months. When I did the next PSA test, my PSA dropped from 4.86 to 3.3, back in the normal range. That just proves to you that you can fix these things without diet, without supplements, without medications, without pharmaceuticals, without your doctor doing procedures and all these other exams and all these other things they want to do to you. You don't have to do that. What you have to do is, and I tell you guys this all the time, go and dig into your diet. If you're having an issue, I don't care what it is, food will fix every issue you have, or the lack of the food that is causing the problem will actually fix the issue that you're having. So dig into your diet and find out what are the foods that are causing the symptoms and causing the inflammation and causing the diseased state, and you will fix your problems without medications and without doctor visits. I took my PSA from 4.86, raising over the past couple of years, dropping it back down to 3.3, and I only cut out the Clif Bars for 2 months. I've been eating Clif Bars for years, just steadily growing this IGF-1 growth factor hormone in my body. And I only cut it out for 2 months, and I already saw a huge drop in my PSA. So you can too. If you have high PSA numbers, get off the dairy, get off the animal products, and also get off anything that increases IGF-1 growth factor like soy protein isolate. That's my tip for you guys today.